If you're thinking about making the Dominican Republic your next destination, it's actually a lot simpler than you think. When I first had thoughts of moving to the Dominican Republic, I had a million questions. Do I need a visa? How long can I stay? What paperwork do I need? So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what I did and also gonna share with you some things that I wish I knew before I actually moved here as well. I also put together a free starter guide to make this process 10 times easier. Make sure you grab that in the description below. Now let's get into the video. So the first thing you're gonna want, of course, as a US citizen and anywhere else, is going to be a passport. Yes, you see me hold it up in the intro, a passport. In a nutshell, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to CVS or Walgreens in the States, you're gonna go ask them for passport pictures, take 2 pictures, get you an application, I believe it's on the internet, go ahead and mail it out. I'm sure they have I've got this a long time ago, so I'm sure they have a digital process now, but pretty much you take your pictures, you can get it expedited. It's a little bit more expensive to get it expedited if your trip is coming up a little faster than you thought and you did not plan. You can get it expedited for a little bit more cheddar, and they can go ahead and mail your passport to you with spaces for stamps, and pretty much you're gonna get your passport in every country that you go to. You're gonna get, guess what? Let's see if I can put this in focus. You're gonna get some stamps. Means that you've been a few places, right? These stamps mean that you've been a few places. So first thing you're gonna do is get your passport, because this pretty much is your international identification. Next thing you're gonna need to do is fill out what's called the E-Ticket. And you pretty much need to do this just about anywhere that you go. You need some type of registration that you're coming to the country. The country has to kind of register you for coming and going. That's kind of how immigration works. We need to know who you is. The next step is actually kind of simple. It's arriving. It's not as bad. You get here, the line isn't too long. You get to the front, you pretty much show them your passport. They may ask you, what are you here for? I think they may have asked me that one time, right? And then pretty much you go on your way, you go get your baggage, and then you also go to another checkpoint, which they check your bags towards the end. And then you're out to transportation and you're ready to go. The next step, and probably the most asked question that I've been asked for almost any country that I've been to, how long can you stay? Not only is that the #1 question that is asked to me, that is the first thing that I ask whenever I think about moving to another country, is how long can I stay there before their version of ICE comes to thaw my ass up out of there. Their immigration laws, I would say, are a little lenient, more than the United States and possibly other places. There is no time limit that you can stay or not, but when you leave or go visit somebody, whenever you leave out of the country, you have to pay a fee. I'll give you an example. For me, for instance, while I'm living here in Punta Cana, I did have to go back to the United States. So I did leave. Right when they checked my passport, they can obviously see the date that you came. They seen the date, they see the date it is. And I say, whoa, brother, you've been here kind of long, dog. Take your ass to the cashier. Now, I paid about $60 USD. She first said 30. Whatever it is, what it is, I went on about my business. But that is pretty much the immigration laws on how long you can stay. You can stay with just your tourist visa, as they would call it, meaning just your, where's it at? Meaning just your passport. You can stay with just your passport for as long as you want, but there is a fee when you leave, so just be mindful of that. There are also long-term options which you can also check out. I put the link in the description for the website that you can look for on long-term visas as well. But I will say, being a digital nomad, there's no telling when I may have to go somewhere else, right? I am still a US citizen. I do not have dual citizenship. So at any given time, I want to be able to get up, pack everything up that I have here, and go wherever I want to go. Like I told you in one of my last videos, the reason I left the United States is to be free. So if you want to find out long-term visas, you can definitely do so. Link in the description. The lesson that I learned through all of this in the process to getting to Punta Cana is that it's a lot simpler than you think. Don't spend too much time thinking, planning, strategizing. It is a lot easier than you think. And speaking of easy, I made it 10 times easier by creating a starter guide to Punta Cana, and you can download that in the description below. If you found value in videos like this, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. It definitely helps with the algorithm, and I'll see you on the next one.